YouTube, this is Carfax King here, coming at you with a Monday Night Locals report. I got second place with my Bermuda Triangle Prism deck. I'm about to get into my matches, but I just want to highlight a few All-Star cards for me today. Coral, as always, bounced back to here, and Labrador, getting her skill off all the time, being able to bring her skill a lot, her to bounce back. She's the key to this deck. Vert, saw her quite often. I was able to break ride her in almost every game. Clutch, break rise, drawing into my rear guards, or I drew into I would draw into like a heal trigger or 10k shields, but those shields paid off later in the game that I was able to draw into. Saw Rosa a lot today. She was able to put on the pressure early when I rode Vert, or if I had to ride Labrador. Was able to put on some early pressure. Clear, saw her often, able to bounce her back. Soul Blast 1 and give +4 in my perfect guard. Saw it at the right times today. I didn't. At one point it overclogged my hand, but I was able to last till later in the game where I would be able to effectively use the 3 that did clog my hand. So pretty much these are the all-stars of today. Now I'm about to move on to the locals report. Alright guys, for the locals report, round 1 I played against White Steven. You can see him on the channel a few times. He was playing with my friend Perry's Genesis deck. I believe I 2-0'd him. Round 2 I played against this Pale Moon player. He was playing the Farah build. He was playing Farah Sarah, I think. No, not Farah. Yeah, Sarah. It's the one where you drive check a grade 3 and you get to push into soul and call something out. So played against him. Game 2 I got I pretty much dominated game 1. Game 2 I got grade locked for a bit, and he was drive checking grade 3s like no tomorrow. Like you would think he's running an over-grappler deck. So I just didn't win that game. Game 3 I came back and dominated him. Round 3 I played against Mason. He was playing with his he brought his Royal Paladins back from the dead, the MLB version. He did really well. He got 3rd place today, so congrats to him. I was able to 2-0 him due to Labrador. But he was putting pressure on 12 crits in MLB. MLB is still a viable deck. Round 4 I played against this kid who was playing Tachikaze's the Dark Rex Spinal Driver Break Ride set 1 Tachikaze deck, the one where if it retires you counterblast 1 and add it back to your hand from the drop zone. I went 2-1 with him. Then we went to top 8. Top 8, I played one of Chibi's store owners, Kay, who's filling in for my boy Jin. He was playing his dope deck, and I lost game 1 to him. He rushed me with bars and Goku, and I just couldn't damage check any triggers at all. And it was just ugly. Game 2 I made a comeback. Was able to hit some draw triggers late, like on 3 to 4 damage, break ride Labrador, put some pressure on, and then game 3 pretty much the same thing, put pressure on with Labrador after break riding, and making smart decisions on in terms of what I bounce back in order to keep for guarding and whatnot. So I think I really played that matchup well. In top 4, I played against Danny, who you might know him as Stand Up the Vanguard. I'll see if I can link his channel in the description. If not, I'll just add it on later because I'm gonna upload it from my phone. But played against his Gold Paladin deck. He's probably one of the best players. Game 1, he got grade locked at 0, and I was able to take full advantage of that. Game 2, I believe he got grade locked again. I believe he got grade locked again. I think he got grade locked at 1 for just a turn though. But it was a close game because he was able to get, when he got to his grade 3, he drove check double triggers. Like, he drove check heal triggers, draw triggers, crit triggers. He was double triggering me at least 3 drive checks in a row, in addition to some defensive triggers he was hitting. So he was hitting a lot of his triggers in game 2. And but it came down to where I swung with I used, he was at 3 damage, swung with Labrador's Limit Break, and I was like, look, I need to go for the win here. He gave me 2 to pass. I hit a heal trigger. I was on 5 damage. I hit a heal trigger. I gave all effects to Labrador, and then I top decked a crit trigger and broke through his guard and hit him to 6 damage. So it was a little bit sacky on my part, but I managed to pull out the wins. Managed to stop his comeback and pull out the win. And then I went to top 2 against the same Tachikaze player. Game one we were going at it. It got to a point he broke row Spinal Driver twice, and on the second break ride he used Dark Rex's ability, binded it. He had at least 4 open counter blasts, a pretty nice, pretty hefty field. He already had about 5 or 6 cards in hand, and I was on 3 damage. So I was like, okay, I have a perfect guard in my hand, and I do have enough guard to block his Dark Rex's attack. But then if I do that, he's going to break ride Dark Rex again. Add the cards that he retires back to his hand, as well as going +2. So I did not want that to happen because I was not going to be in a crippled situation if I did toss out pretty much my entire hand of guard. So I took a chance, no guarded, and he did get the crit trigger, and he did pick up the win on that one. Game 2, we were going out again, but again but I broke road. He got a crit on me early, so it's down to 4 damage. I broke road Vert over Labrador over Vert. I swung at him. He was on 2 damage. I hit a crit trigger, and then I hit a crit trigger, and then a non-trigger, and he was taking 3 damage. His drive check went drive check, draw trigger, power draw. Damage check, another draw trigger, all power to Vanguard, draw. Then he damage check another crit trigger. Those 3 drive checks is pretty much what won him the game, because then his Vanguard was sitting at a 26k base, and I had a column that could potentially swing for 27. And I had a column that was already swinging for 23 thanks to clear. So I was like, well, gee, I'm not going to attack him. So I just went in and attacked his rear guards. And then throughout the rest of the game, I did hit a heal trigger on 5 damage, and I was able to heal back to 4. But eventually it came to where Dark Rex was still binded, and I just couldn't push out. I couldn't push out anymore. I could have won that game because I did pressure him down to 5 damage, but I had a Labrador, and I had 2 Labradors and a Vert in my hand. Too many grade 3s in my hand, and I didn't have enough to block him. If they were 5k shields, I would have had enough to live to see another turn, but I didn't, and he picked up the win. Yes, he broke road Spider Driver again. So that was a tournament. I got my 4 packs, but I turned them into store credit, getting ready for Link Jokers. I'm going to come at you guys probably tomorrow or Wednesday with a combo video, talk about some safe plays. Excuse me. Talk about some safe plays. Talk about some things that you can do with Labrador that you may know, you may not know, but put us in game situations and figure out what the best play is in terms of bouncing cards back to your hand for extra guarding and when or when not to pressure. So that's going to be my locals report for this Monday. I will see you guys in the next video. This is Car Fight King. Peace.